The chief, who just happened to be his older brother, lifted an eyebrow. "I would hope you would know what a woman is by your age, Marc. Though, now that I think about it, you never did bring any women home when you squatted at my house."
"Oh, very funny. And I wasn't squatting. I gave you money every month," Marc Bryson snorted. "Anyway, let's get back to this discussion."
Max cut him off at the knees. "There will be no discussion, period. I hired her and you're going to be her FTO." Marc didn't want to be some woman's field training officer. No way, no how. Women shouldn't be cops. Ever.
"Why do I have to train her? Why not Dunn?"
"Because I said so. Big Brother says so, and that's all, folks. Fellow Officer Tommy Dunn wasn't going to be the new rookie's FTO because he was too easygoing. He would coddle the female, not train her for the real world in policing. And Marc would. Plus, Dunn wasn't certified to be an FTO. Though that was just semantics, right? Marc wouldn't give any slack to a woman fresh out of the academy. Max knew how much he opposed women in law enforcement. If she wanted to be treated as an equal, then Marc would have no problem being tough and inflexible with the rules just because she was a new recruit. Right. Fine. But he didn't have to be happy about it. "Let me just remind you that you're a corporal now. I warned you when you accepted the promotion that with the buck increase in your weekly salary, you're getting," Max snickered, "more responsibility." Fighting this would be pointless. Marc exhaled loudly in defeat. "When does she start?" Max glanced at his black G-Shock wristwatch. "As soon as Dunn has finished issuing all her equipment." Marc's head snapped up, and he thought he'd have to shove his eyeballs back into their sockets.
"Today?"
Max laughed. "Got a problem with that, Corp?" Marc took another deep breath. He kept playing into Max's hands. He needed to act like this whole thing didn't bother him. Otherwise, Max would ride him hard until he broke. The power of becoming chief had gone to his head. He didn't know how his wife put up with him. Oh, that's right. One misstep, and that woman brought him to his knees. Whap! Marc looked down at the floor while he chuckled. "Something funny, brother?"
"Nope. Max, you interviewed her, so what does she look like?"
He hoped she wasn't someone prissy, more worried about breaking a nail than doing actual police work. Nor did he want a beast, a woman who would look like she could break Marc in half. "It shouldn't matter what she looks like. Get your priorities straight. She graduated the academy at the top of her class. That's what's important."
"Chief, we're done,"
Tommy Dunn called out from the hallway as he turned the corner. His large, lanky body suddenly filled the office doorway, and Marc couldn't see the new officer. Apparently, neither could Max.
"Get back out on patrol. I'm sure Mrs. Johnson needs her cat rescued again."
The redhead shuffled his feet.
"No problem, Max."
Marc shook his head and chuckled softly. He waited. Dunn never learned. Max cleared his throat, loudly, and gave Tommy the stink eye. "Excuse me?" Dunn's face paled, which illuminated the countless freckles covering his face.
"I meant Chief. Sorry, Chief."
With a mumble, Dunn backed up, then jerked forward as he bumped into the person behind him. He excused himself and rushed off. Marc leaned back in his chair and crossed his arms and ankles and waited, a frown front and center on his face. After a few moments of no sign of the rookie, Max barked.
"Grant, get in here."
A figure appeared in the open doorway, and she stood at attention, her body stiff and tight.